This place must be old if we're still using paraffin lamps. Looks like there's still some juice left. Ja, dann mach doch an. Ja, dann nicht. Storage Room. Ja, da will ich ja rein. Bin ich hier noch richtig? Hallo? Die Funzel bringt irgendwie auch nicht viel. Habe ich zumindest so das Gefühl. Mach doch mal hier Licht an hier, wa? Wie wär's denn damit? Ja. So, du bist Storage, wa? Loading. Loading. Immer noch Loading. Huch. Was ist das für ein Geräusch gewesen? Ist da ein Phantom am Wichsen? Was bist du denn? Lots of paper boxes with rusty nails. Gut. Ich höre da wen. Alter! Du bist zu... Aber ich habe ein Feuerzeug, das ist auch schon mal schön. A storage crate. For transporting ore, I suppose. There's a draft coming from the base. Aha. Ich glaube, ich sollte mir nicht den Rückweg versperren. Ich habe das Gefühl, da kann ich rein. Okay, da ist eine Lampe und die brennt. So, ein Painkiller. Batterien. Viele Flaschen. What the hell? What just happened? I don't know if that was such a good idea. Hey, das kann man nochmal machen, cool. I may never get used to that. So, ja, dann lass es einfach mal sein. Wie wär's denn damit? Bist du? Jutesack. Thule. Also, ich hab grad sonst nichts zu tun, also... Klopf. Nö. Ja. Bin jetzt nicht stark genug dafür, oder was ist da los? Hä? Das sah doch gerade gar nicht schlecht aus. Jetzt auf einmal, wa? Geronimo würde ich mal sagen. Ich will nichts sagen, aber ich hab's nicht ganz so gern, wenn mir irgendwer, den ich nicht sehe, mir ins Ohr flüstert. Kuckuck. Was bist du denn? A horrible sight. Luckily, it's mummified, or else the smell would have been awful. Ja, das glaube ich auch. Hallo, was bist du denn? Notiz. Day 1, I begin this record, still in the hope that the great work we have undertaken here might one day be of scientific value, despite the chaos which has ensued in the 6 hours previous. My aim is to remain secure until what help there may be arrives, and to that end I have barricaded myself into a small workshop area in the abandoned part of the mine. I hope that the magre food rations here will keep me alive, and that those I hide from will not jeopardize that Perhaps this mine really is cursed. It's almost precisely 30 years since the incident that brought us here, and now 30 years on, fate has struck again. Day 3. I forecasted that today the rescue crews would arrive, but I can only hypothesize that they would be unaware of my location, and hence busy themselves evacuating the other survivors. If they have not arrived by tomorrow, I will go out in search of them. Day 6. My first mistake was to make assumptions on the matter of rescue. My second mistake was to make assumptions on the safety of this mine. My third mistake was to act on both those assumptions in going outside of my safe haven. My best estimate is that I left the workshop where I was secured about 2 days ago in search of aid, and I have found only danger. I approached the old living quarters but curiously, I could find no sign of life whatsoever. I returned in what I thought was the direction from which I had come, but soon found myself in an unfamiliar locale. Confused but focused, I attempted to make my way home, but found myself threatened by some species of feral creature, which seemed to have made this old mine its home. Although the specimen bore significant interest to me, I chose to retreat, only to find myself outmaneuvered and outnumbered by the beasts. I turned and ran, injuring my ankle in the process, which I believe now is most likely a sprain rather than a fracture. For some time I cowered and fled into the dark, but a few hours ago I discovered a door leading to a smaller, disused part of the mine, the key for which I still have in my pocket. Within that area I discovered this storeroom, and I think it should keep me safe for some time. This place is a maze. My lesson learned, I will not venture out again until I am certain the area is safe. Day 19. Aber jetzt ernsthaft? Mal eben 13 Tage ohne irgendwas zu schreiben? Rescue seems increasingly unrealistic. Supplies diminishing. Lots of spiders in this place. Do not like spiders. Day 34. Ganzen Monat. Ach du Scheiße. I caught one of the aroused 8-legged beasts nesting in my open mouth when I woke up this morning. In my surprise, I swallowed it. It's not much of the act of swallowing which concerns me, but the genus of arachnid. It would be unlikely that a cave-dwelling spider would be venomous to any significant degree, but the possibility troubles me all the same. Day 35. Any known venom would have infected me by now, and so today is the first minor cause for celebration I have had since the incident. By lucky coincidence, this revelation also means I have discovered a virtually inexhaustible supply of nutrition. I intend to venture into the basement beneath this storeroom in the name of science to discover more about these creatures' natural habitat. Day 50. For 4 days now I've been surviving solely of quite considerable sustenance provided by the spiders. For some time I was struggling to gather enough of the crunchy little morsels. However, Lady Luck smiled on me once more when the batteries in my torch died, and I made a second life-saving finding. The creature's natural habitat is the dark. With my light now diminished, I need only lie still for a few minutes, and I will have attracted enough of the beasts for a rather hearty meal. Okay, der gute Mann futtert also den ganzen Tag Spinnen. Dry, dusty Outbacks. Ich weiß noch nicht, ist das so wie in Amnesia, als wenn man im Dunkeln ist, dass einfach, man irgendwann Paras kriegt, oder kann ich im Dunkeln bleiben, solange wie ich lustig bin? The steam could blister flesh from bone in an instant. I know, I've seen it happen. Gut, dann gehe ich da mal nicht lang, wa? Ich habe eine Leiter gefunden. Nehmen wir die doch mal mit, vielleicht, also schaden kann es nicht, ne? Und nicht nach hier, komm mal mit. So, will ich mal drehen. Ist hier noch was? Nee, ne? Nee. Ist hier unten überhaupt irgendwer oder irgendwas drin? Ach, ist das schön. Hier komme ich her, ja. Das ist meine Rückwegleiter. Nehme ich zumindest jetzt mal an. Okay. Ja, so wie die da reingefloppt ist, musst du da hingehen. Aber hier muss doch noch irgendwas drin sein. Es kann doch wirklich nicht sein, dass hier einfach nichts ist. Gucken wir uns mal gerade durch. Da ist eine lustige Rohre. Hier war ich eben. Ich könnte mal versuchen. Kann ich irgendwie speichern? Nee. So, kurz Pause. Durch. Ja, das geht. Wunderbar. Hey, noch ein Zettel. Tag 71. My earlier assumptions on the benign nature of my cellmates may have been made in error. After a careful autopsy, I'm concerned that there may be a small volume of natural chemicals stored in the stomach, which, if ingested regularly over a period of time, may become psychotropic or even lethal. My only real chance is to break out of here and raid any stashes of supplies I can find. However, the evidence against such a move is insurmountable. First, I have no source of light. Second, I swore to myself I wouldn't leave until I heard human voices outside. Third, the spiders are so tasty. Lecker Spinnen. Tag 100. From the marks I have been making on the walls and my scribbled diary entries, which, in the dark, may amount to an illegible scrawl, today is the 100th day of my new life. Over the past months, my edible friends have become more and more aggressive and have swelled in number and size. Whether or not it's a result of my plundering the ecosystem, I am unsure. However, at this rate of growth, they will soon be too large to crawl through the gaps in the walls. For all I know, I could only be seeing the tip of the iceberg. If all fails, I am never recovered. I hope, at least, that my study of, and indeed involvement with, these fascinating creatures will one day be regarded as an important point in natural history. The greatest names in modern science got there more through fluke than talent, and it appears that this rule has extended itself to my discovery of this delicious new species. I only pray that the second rule deems my breakthrough too insignificant, for all great discoveries tend to consume their inventor. Das heißt, er wartet jetzt wirklich nur darauf, gefressen zu werden. Was haben wir hier? If it weren't for the size of the piece, I would say that it looks like an eggshell. Aha, das heißt ein riesiges Ei, wo irgendwer rausgeschlüpft ist. Gut. Hui. Autsch. Das heißt, es tötet einen nicht instant, wenn man da durchrennt. Das ist auch schon mal gut. Aha. Can't open with that lock intact. Habe ich einen Schlüssel oder irgendwie sowas gefunden? Nee, habe ich nicht. Das ist ein leeres Zippo. Was bist du? Painkiller? Gesund bin ich noch? Komm, wozu habe ich das Ding denn? Ha! Ich bash dich kaputt! So, komm du mal weg hier. Bist du? Flötleitergas, das ist sehr gut. Was bist du denn? Dosenfutter. Bisschen Farbe, Stein. Ja, klar, Batterien hier drin. Warum auch nicht? Das dürfte es jetzt aber gewesen sein, nehme ich an. Das Spiel erinnert wirklich sehr an Amnesia. Ich glaube, das ist so... Also wenn ich raten müsste, würde ich sagen, es ist von den gleichen Machern. Nur halt, zeitlich ein bisschen eher entstanden. Würde ich jetzt mal wetten. Ich habe absolut keine Ahnung. Aber es spielt sich auch... Autsch. Recht schön. Es hat wirklich diese durchgehende Spannung da drin. Direkt von Anfang an. Ja. Nein, geh weg. Okay, ich glaube, wir haben unseren Freund wiedergefunden, dessen Tagebücher wir die ganze Zeit unverschämterweise lesen. So, hier war immer noch keine Tür, das ist immer noch das lustige Flüsterdingen. Ja, du gewöhnst dich immer noch nicht dran, das weiß ich. Aber ich weiß nicht, vielleicht ist da irgendwie so ein Speicherpunkt oder sowas. Oh, Blut! I think someone's been dragged through here. I've never seen this much blood before. That was my best chance to get some answers and I couldn't read the rest. Okay, Kuckuck. So, was haben wir hier? Und jetzt Tag 200! Ach du Scheiße! It has been some time since I recorded any findings in relation to the spiders with whom I have shared my existence for the past 8 months. Partly due to my enforced retreat from their basement territory not too long ago, their behavior became overly aggressive, and so I have attempted to barricade the main entrance to their lair and secured myself within one of the smaller rooms above it, the only one with an operational door lock. The other reason is that I have been recovering from a minor operation, which I was forced to conduct myself without the aid of anesthetic, so heißt's. Even if I did have any anesthetic or surgical tools, I couldn't afford to be less than diligent with my work, so anesthetic was out. Surgical tools are all well and good, but although it may be becoming old and rusty, I still trust my penknife to do the job just as well. The procedure itself was elementary enough, a simple amputation of a non-vital organ. I began to notice a thick glue-like substance forming on my tongue, and was forced to accept that it had become infected through constant toxin ingestion. Tag 300. Another century of days comes and goes. It seems like so long since I escaped here. At some stage since my last entry, I attempted to return from whence I came. That from which I originally was fleeing seems a fate far worse than the one I now face. However, in the time since I arrived from the larger mind system, a cave-in has occurred, blocking any further progress. I was forced to return and accept whatever end life has in store for me. I still hear my aggressive little friend scratching on the door to my cell. 300 Tage hier eingeschlossen. Scheiße, die Wand an. Du bist ein Kugelschreiber. Das sind die schönen Spinnenzeichnungen. Well, at least this one's a little more positive, although I'd question the motivation. Ja. Schubladen ziehen. Nix. 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 Schade. Bist denn du? Years and years of reports, logs and files just left here to gather dust. There's probably a century of life and death right here at my feet. Aber das werde ich zum Glück jetzt nicht alles lesen, das würde echt den Rahmen sprengen. Ich lese jetzt hier sowieso schon die ganze Zeit nur. Guck. Na, was bist du denn? Oh, du bist einer von den Spinnen. The largest spider I have ever seen, with its guts carved open. Cool. Das macht Freude auf mehr.